good. We're rolling.
Rolling. Welcome back to a special edition of the Second and Short podcast. One of our favorite shows of the entire year, by far. I think I'm safe to say that here.
Yeah.
Right? I'm Josiah.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Cooper.
And I'm Hayden.
And after that dramatic intro, for those of you who like to listen to audio only, the link for the Spotify will be down in the description.
Yeah, this is no Pat McAfee Draft Spectacular, but we have some fun with it.
Did you see who they got this year?
Coward.
Dude.
The
so-
Yinzer himself. That's one. I never watch it live just because I need the traditional view, but I always go back and watch it at 2 times speed the next
I
morning.
love
have to.
rewatching it after I know all the picks because I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see how they react to this
All
guy.
the crap Ty does,
Dude,
like
Mad
it's just
Piper is one of my favorite shticks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's hilarious.
he's beautiful. And then I like Schrager. They had on last year. They're gonna have him on again this year. I love Schrags. Like it's just awesome. And the Jordan Love clip before Pat McAfee was even as big as he is right now. Like that's just like one of the best clips of all. That and FU Boston Connor are just like top tier.
It's still in their intro to the show,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But no Draft Spectacular. Something that they do is they're live. This is what, our 3rd annual time doing it?
3rd or 4th?
Third.
Third.
Third?
I think
yeah,
third.
that's what
I
they're-
don't like, but we have been doing this a while. This is the first time that we're not doing it live because things are different. We're in a state of transition. Cooper's made his first appearance in 2 years.
Welcome back, Cooper.
Not that long.
Since last year's draft, probably.
No.
Resurrected.
No, I've been on one of them.
I think one. I think I
One?
remember one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eli has moved.
Hmm.
No rest in
R.I.P.
peace this week. Okay.
R.I.P.
no.
And no, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
either.
Well, we were getting there. We were getting there.
I
yeah.
was gonna say it.
And Christian will be home in
Thank you for your service, Christian.
5 days. Right now, I don't know if you guys saw it. They have like huge hurricanes where he's stationed.
Yeah, there's one here too.
Not like there. So Christian, get home safely. We will see you soon. 5 days. So yeah, and then him and Beck are going to be looking at wedding venues. So yeah.
Nice.
Very
Congrats,
exciting.
Christian. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. They didn't do no shotgun wedding. No wedding like that.
They buy a Dodge Charger.
No, didn't fit the typical
14%
stereotype
interest rate.
of the military couple.
I
so.
did hear they're going with maroon though.
Maroon.
Maroon.
For a color scheme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maroon.
That's it. It's a solid color.
Christian wanted purple. They met in the middle with maroon.
How do you know all this? You are not a part of our family.
Apparently, he's been texting Becca a lot.
Nothing he has said is incorrect, which is like the scary part.
He's
Like
got intel.
My
he
tie
is
was-
on one right
my
now.
tie-
Everything he said was true.
Right here.
My tie was maroon, so solid
Yeah.
color.
Nice.
Are they what fall wedding?
They will be a fall wedding.
Yeah.
Careful, Bear. And Bear does not like the rain. Naples said that we had a hurricane. I don't know about that, but Bear doesn't like whatever's going on. So if we have some Bear interruptions. But like I said, state of transition. We're recording this a lot earlier than what we typically do. We typically record it that Tuesday before the first round, so less than 48 hours before the draft actually starts. What do you do?
He licked my leg. I didn't like it on my bear skin.
I bet you did.
Didn't like it that much.
All right,
Hey, buddy.
Bears.
How's it going?
Listen, we don't know how many more times Bear's going to be in the podcast.
And the pick is in.
Yeah, we all saw
Fair
him
to
walking a
announce
little
it.
bit, and it's not pretty. Speaking of, so yeah, I'm gonna finish my thought here eventually. Bear picking up everything on the mic right now. That boy Bear.
Let's go.
Go hibernate. Go hibernate. Oh, see those pillows? Those look real soft, dude.
Say, I'm scared, Josie. I'm scared of the rain. I'm well over 100
Scared of the
pounds, but
rain.
I'm scared of the rain.
Man, that darn rain.
Hunter never texted me his 10 Ravens players either.
Yeah.
Son of a biscuit.
I could probably tell you who most of them are.
Yeah. Podcast. Typically we do it the Tuesday before. Drafts in Pittsburgh. 2 of the 4 of us are going to be there. It just made more sense to do this a week earlier. This is actually going to come out. So if for whatever reason some player gets busted with some huge crime, like we've already seen one player, don't hold it against us if he goes in our top 5 still. Who knows? Maybe Fernando Mendoza is secretly a terrible human being. Not sure if that's the guy who I'd pick there, but
Maybe
enough
maybe
rambling.
Ruben Payne.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Good boy, Bear. Good boy. Let's. Bears Bear. I don't know if that even worked.
Da Bears. Bear
The
down.
Bears.
Bear down.
All right, let's start. I
Let's do
don't
it.
even know what we spent the last 5 minutes doing. So, first overall pick, same rules as we typically do. The only change is instead of us having assigned teams like we typically do, each one of us will have typically like 4 teams, 4 to 6. This year, we're just going to go one by one. Mel Kiper and Todd McShay used to do it this way, I believe. We'll open it up for trades. I feel like it's very hard to do. I think that we've opened it up for trades the last 2 years, and there haven't been any. We've talked about it. Eli trying to trade down or something, but that's
I think
really
I
it.
traded up
You
last
traded
year.
up?
I think with Josie.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say we did at least one last year. I forget who. I forget
yeah,
even who
we
it
did,
was.
yeah.
No.
I think I traded up and I don't remember.
Shedeur
Took another
Sanders.
weapon. No, I think I took another weapon. Maybe.
Another weapon.
Browns traded up in the first for Shedeur
Yeah.
to the
Sure.
101. I think we picked 2.
Yep.
All right. Not that we really need a start here, but we are going to start first overall pick. Josie, do you want to take the Raiders and kick us off here? The 3rd annual second and short draft. Spectacular.
Yeah,
I don't know if that
absolutely.
infringes on copyright or not, but
I think we're okay.
yeah,
I
we're
think
good.
we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, so I mean, there's no reason to spend a whole bunch of time on this. I could go based on what I think and like players that I like. They're not going to trade out of this spot. I think that this is written in stone as much as Joe Burrow was the 101 overall when he was drafted. Again, I'm not comparing the two in talent. I don't think that there is a comparison there personally, but this is a surefire 101 like Fernando Mendoza is going with that pick. So
Yep.
no. Don't need to
Hopefully,
spend too much
hopefully
time on it.
they make that pick within like 3 minutes of their clock.
Well, they shortened it. Is it
To
8
8.
minutes
It's
instead
8
of
now.
10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, just like any quarterback drafted in the first round, it's going to be largely dependent on what they put around him. Clint Kubiak's a good coach. He have bolstered the offensive line. Still needs some more weapons, though. The defense is going to be much improved, I think. With that said, my opinions on the Heisman winner, national champion, are very well known. I think that when you look at other first overall picks, talent-wise, I don't think that it's particularly close. With that said, he is probably the highest floor of any quarterback in this year. It's iffy. And as I'm going to say probably 10 times throughout tonight, I don't like this draft class. And a huge portion of it is because the top 2 picks have pretty much been known for multiple months now.
Yeah.
So Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza,
Yeah.
101.
He's
Congratulations.
not even going to start either.
Okay.
We'll see.
With the money they gave Kirk Cousins, he's not going to start right
It's a
away.
1-year deal. But
Yeah,
I would
I
like
mean,
him
you
not
don't pay him
starting.
$20 million to ride the bench.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't think he'll play the whole year, but
Yeah.
I think he'll start.
The New York Football Jets are on the clock.
we just going across the.
Are we going?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Gonna make the
Everybody's
pick
still-
rather quickly. There's been some debate I've seen in like a lot of mocks, a lot of talk that like, is it David Bailey? Is it Arvell Reese? Maybe they take Sonny Styles. I think it's Arvell Reese. I think that he's the type of versatile player that will be able to give Aaron Glenn a lot more of what he likes to do rather than David Bailey. I think that the upside and the ceiling's a lot higher for Arvell Reese versus David Bailey, and I think like that's the type of guy that you take at number 2.
I think the best argument I have for Reese over Bailey here is you're building for the future, and Arvell Reese has a higher ceiling. Whereas, like, if you're in win now mode, David Bailey is the pick.
David Bailey's the more polished guy.
Yeah.
He got snaps at edge. Arvell Reese was more of an off-ball linebacker in Columbus.
And honestly, you could have him play off-ball linebacker.
Yeah, you
if you
could.
really wanted to. So
Number 3, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock.
Cardinals. James Conner going to be at the draft. I'm excited for that.
he's announcing
coming
our
back.
second-round pick, right?
I didn't know that.
He's announcing
Or
the Cardinals.
Cardinals. That's right. I'm
Cardinals,
sorry.
yeah.
You're right.
He's announcing the Cardinals is second round though. You're right. I think he's going to go really well with Jeremiah Love. I think they're going to go with Jeremiah Love with the 3rd overall pick.
The big brother in me is so proud of you right now. I've released 2 mock drafts. Both of them I've had Jeremiah Love here at 3. It's not something that you've been seeing a ton of in mocks. A lot of people like him to the Titans, to the Giants, to the Commanders. Maybe if for some reason, I don't think anybody expects this, but he drops to the Saints or the Chiefs. Nobody's really talking about the Cardinals.
Mhm.
Arizona needs some blue chip talent. That roster's terrible.
Horrible.
Buda Baker, Trey McBride, everybody else is B tier talent right now. Naples, you can get mad at me for Marvin Harrison Jr. if you want for saying he's B tier talent. But
I mean, I wouldn't say he's S tier right now. I think he will be, but
Yeah,
that's-
he
I think
could
that's
be.
a fair take.
and you look at the skill players, nobody's known for speed. We'll start off with the quarterbacks. You lose Kyler Murray, which might be an addition by subtraction. Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew aren't athletic phenoms. Running back, James Conner. I love James Conner as much as anybody. Pitt fan, local product. With that said, James Conner's game has never been speed. And how many devastating knee injuries can he have and then come back? The dude has had multiple torn ACLs. It's probably done for James Conner.
I think they're going to pair up well together, though.
It could, and
If he can make
They
a
also
full
have Trey-
recovery, yeah.
They also have Trey Benson, Amari DiMercado, so like they have guys there too. They're like, yeah.
wide receivers, Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison, both are good. Neither one of them is known for speed. They need talent. They need speed on that offense. I love the pick, Cooper.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like tackle here personally, but that's still, I mean, it's definitely not.
I like
I
anybody
the
but
pick.
Jeremiah Love, just because not that it's a bad pick. I just like, as an NFL fan, I want to see him and Jaden Daniels in the backfield together. Like, I hope he goes to the Commanders.
Yeah, my only argument for tackle is the fact that you never protected Kyler Murray the way that you needed to, and if you're going to draft a guy within the next 2 seasons, like you have your left tackle and Paris Johnson, like you need something. Like you never provided Kyler Murray the protection he needed. So, but again, Jeremiah Love's more talented than any of the tackles in this draft, so it's like, you know.
Yeah. All right, Hayden.
Yeah, the Titans are on the clock. I don't hate the idea of going offensive lineman here, which would be the third time in the last 4 years, with Cam Ward being the only exception. They have Dan Moore as the left tackle right now. With that said, this tackle draft class is a little bit weird.
A little bit weak too.
Well, I think
Well, they're all guards.
for
Mostly
the
guards or
elite,
right tackles.
the elite of the elite, it's weak. With that said, I think there's going to be a ton of tackles that go in round one. I think that
Yeah.
we're going to probably reach close to double digits in terms of offensive linemen. And
Okay, yeah.
there's only one like pure interior guy in my opinion.
The Penn State guy.
The Penn State guy. So, and like you guys said, a lot of those guys are probably going to have to shift into guard. We saw what happened in the Super Bowl with Will Campbell. Typically, if they're saying that you are going to be a better guard at the next level, they're right. There's a reason why they're saying that.
Short arms.
Short arm.
Stefano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, we're not going to go offensive line. We're going to, because Dan Moore, as much as people on this podcast don't like him, he can start for a year. He's a placeholder. That's fine.
He's getting paid $20 million a year too. So
In terms of my favorite players, which once again I think that this is a terrible draft class, Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles I think are just blue chip talents. The problem is they're not the positional value of other positions. And there's a guy who's sitting there right now who arguably could have gone number 3 to the Cardinals. Most people think he will. I'm going to go David Bailey here. Grab another edge rusher. They already traded for Jermaine Johnson. Let's get Robert Saleh, another pass rusher. If it was me building the team, I'd be a lot more into Styles or Downs. But I want to keep it somewhat what I think the teams are going to do, and I think David Bailey would be the pick here.
yeah, no, I like it. I think you let Harold Landry walk, or did you trade him? I don't remember.
He was on the Patriots this past season.
Right, because they let him walk, or because they traded him?
They cut him, but this is his second year with the Patriots now.
Yeah. So it's like you haven't had that blue chip outside guy since that point, at least. So, all right, New York Giants on the clock. The very, very popular pick here is Cardinal Tate that I've seen in so many mock drafts. I've also seen Sonny Styles here.
I've seen more of Sonny
I've
Styles.
seen Caleb Downs and
I've seen
Styles
Caleb
a
Downs
lot.
too.
I think either Styles or Downs is going to drop a lot further than what people
Yeah, I
realize.
agree too. I was telling Hayden before we started this podcast. I think it's really interesting when you get to pick 7 with the Commanders because I think in my mind this is the floor for multiple players. This is the absolute floor for Jeremiah Love. This is the floor for Cardinal Tate. This is the floor for Sonny Styles. Like those are players that I don't see going past that point, and we still have at least 2 of those players still on the board. So I think it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Yeah, I mean their number one need on PFF.com is wide receiver. And I do like the idea of having one of the better young receivers in the NFL come back from his ACL and play alongside Carnell Tate. Obviously, you lost Wandale Robinson. You lost somebody else too, right?
I forget. They brought in like a mid-tier guy. I forget who.
Yeah.
I got it. Keep on talking.
Yeah, no, you're good. You also need a guard. You brought in Daniel Faalele, but if you ask any Ravens fan, they will tell you how much they hate him.
Oh, he's terrible.
Just terrible. You know what? I think I just talked myself into the idea of CC Maino can play tackle.
Hold
and
on,
guard.
pause. I'll let him out.
Yeah,
Darius Slayton, Darnell Mooney, and Calvin Austin are all there.
Darnell Mooney, that was
Yeah,
the other one.
yeah.
Which, I mean, that's your slot guy, which
Yeah.
that works. Like,
Yeah.
Darius Slayton has been...
I don't think Mooney gives you as much production as Wandale would or
Yeah.
did, but
Yeah, I mean, I just locked in CC Maino. Like, he gives you the opportunity to play tackle. He's probably the best rated tackle in this draft. He can also play guard if you need him to. Guard and tackle are both in your top 4.
Yeah.
So, I think Maino is...
no, that's a good pick. I think he's one of those guys that I think will play right tackle at the next level. I don't think he's really a guy that'll move left. I think he played his whole career at right tackle.
And you have Andrew Thomas at your left,
Yeah.
and the kid from Alabama at your right tackle, right? Who's the right tackle? Kid from Alabama for the Giants.
Evan Neal.
Yes, Evan
Yeah,
Neal, who has
so-
not worked out.
No, he's
So-
Dude, wasn't he top 5?
yeah, he was a high pick.
3 years ago.
Him and Andrew Thomas.
So that top 10, I recently did their redraft. That top 10 in real life, everybody hit other than the 2 picks the Giants had, Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau. Everybody else was an objective pass.
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
But yeah, so CC
So-
Maino.
Carnell Tate, is that who you want?
I want
No,
CC
no.
Maino.
Okay, all right, yeah. This episode's going to be a mess. I love it. Yeah.
and with the 6th pick, the Brownies are on the clock.
It's like I almost planned this.
There's a
I
few.
do real quick before you say yours. I did see Mel Kiper's mock draft today. He had the Dallas Cowboys trading up to this pick to get in front of the Commanders
Yeah.
and take Sonny Styles. So
Yeah.
that's an interesting one to watch out for. I like that one.
You know, that is. I think the Browns are a trade back candidate for the right price. I just don't know if that price is going to be in this draft.
I think he had both of the
Both Cowboys
first
and
round.
like a second swap or something, but I just don't think that's enough.
If Maui Ogo was here, would he be your pick?
No,
No. Okay.
I think when you look at what the Browns need, we need ball players. Okay, we can't draft we can't force what we need to draft. As a Browns fan, you can't sit here and go
I like
based
where this
off
is
need.
going.
Okay,
I like where this
we
is
have
going.
to draft ball players. We need talent on this roster. Okay, we already talked about how O-line's one of the needs. The Browns addressed that. Okay, a lot of the things that we did in free agency and trade was to make sure that we weren't forced to take a position here at 6. This opens us up to take best available if you want, to
All right, who's
attack
best available?
weapons. best, I don't know if I'm going to go necessarily
Best available on here is Sonny Styles.
Best available on there is Sonny Styles. I would think Caleb Downs might be my best available, like my personal ranking. But the Browns are going to run if the board falls like this and put the card in for Carnell Tate. Like, you're getting the clear number 1. No, he's like number 1 on everyone's board as far as wide receivers. I haven't seen any of the other ones ahead of him. He's about as polished as a route runner that you're going to get. That transfers to the next level. And he's a big target for one of the quarterbacks who's going to start in Cleveland. You need someone else out there to catch passes other than Harold Fannin because Jerry Jeudy's a slot guy. He's like a low end 1.
Serviceable.
He's serviceable, but like Tillman hasn't worked out, and Isaiah Bond's just a deep threat. He could potentially be more, but right now he's just a deep threat. Getting a guy like Carnell Tate really opens you up to have a lot more offensive production this year, which is what they need because we've been consistently one of the worst offenses in the league. Go get some people to score points.
He can
Who's
also
throwing
play.
to him?
Yeah, he can also play in the cold and outside.
Who did you want him
which
to
is
go?
really
You wanted
important.
him to go Ty Simpson there?
No, I like it.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
hating
was
on the
gonna
Browns a little bit.
No,
I do like
Listen,
the pick.
who's throwing to him? Whoever starts.
Whoever
Whoever the guy is.
Dylan.
Good analysis. No,
Keep him in state.
call me crazy. Is this the first year we've done this where I think the top 6 might actually like happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
assuming that there's not a trade up.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Bear, you're lucky I love you. Like, I don't know. I would have loved Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs because if I'm Andrew Barry, that's the direction I would have gone. But I have no problem with Carnell Tate.
Yeah, and
And-
those are both like positions that we could fill on the team. Like we need to bring in another linebacker because JOK is not coming back probably.
No,
We lost
Which
Devin.
sucks.
We
I loved him.
Yeah, we lost Devin Bush, who had coming off a really good year.
Where'd he go?
Chicago.
Guess what number
I
he's
did know
wearing?
that.
12. He's wearing 12.
Yeah, it's
with the
gross.
Bears. Bring back regular numbers.
So like we do need someone like to fill in the linebacker room, but I just don't know if like taking another linebacker in the draft early is like the move or the direction we're gonna go. I could see us getting that like third, fourth round.
Yeah, I mean, you got Schlesinger at the top of the second round last year, and he was rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. Like,
Yeah.
I love the I love Sonny Styles as a player personally. He's one of my favorite players in this entire draft. But like, I don't think that it's a big enough need for the Browns to take him at first. If they trade back, I mean, he won't be there. But maybe then.
Well, maybe you
Yeah,
trade
but
up based on-
if we're trading down, I feel like we're trading down to take, like, all right, Caden Proctor's going to be down if we trade to like 12. Lemon or Tyson one of them will be there if we trade down to 12. Like, that's like the mindset. Or hey, let's just go get Carnell Tate. Let's go get a Sonny Styles, a Caleb Downs. Let's go get one of the blue chip guys in this draft. Like, basically take someone from Ohio State at the top of this draft if you're Cleveland, and the pick's not going to be bad.
Yeah. Nice.
Cooper, you're on the clock. The commies.
Commanders. So I was thinking here for the Commanders, I was thinking about going receiver, but I just don't see, there's no value in the receiver position here, so I can see them maybe trading back to get a guy like Mekhi Lemon. But for our draft purposes, I think they just need ball players on the defense. What gives them that, I think, is Caleb Downs.
Ooh.
And I think he's going to bolster their defense. Did Bobby Wagner leave?
He's a free agent right
Is he?
now. Yep.
Okay, so he's probably going to be gone, so that might entice them to take a guy like Sonny Styles. But I just see him going with safety here.
Yeah, so
Caleb
Caleb Downs. Once again, I don't really care about position value, and that's one of the reasons. Like the Raiders in free agency, they overpaid for Tyler Linderbaum from a position standpoint. But when you have a great player, I'm taking a great player. Caleb Downs. This is lofty expectations for anybody, but people have said that he's a gold jacket type of player. I don't care if it's a need or not. If you're telling me that I can get a gold jacket player, I'm going to go in that direction.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody knows. All these guys on some level are just lottery tickets that you're hoping to scratch off a winner, but no problem with that one at all. So I am on the clock with the Saints. Ty Simpson. Just kidding.
That could be good.
Hey, listen, you were the one who's tooting the horn at the end of the season. You're like, I was wrong about
I was.
Tyler Shutt.
But do you remember what Eli said after I said I was wrong?
Mm-mm.
He said, "You're wrong for now, but would we really be surprised if he's benched by week 8 next year?" And
Yeah.
fair.
Nope.
But, all right. I was hoping.
Tough pick.
Yo, boy.
Yeah. Oh.
A lot of good
There's
ball
a
guys.
There's a pretty easy answer here, but
You think? I don't know. I don't think
lost
that
to
they're.
Mario, dude.
Yeah, but you also brought in Caden Ellis.
Okay, Caden Ellis.
He was good for the Patriots last year. I think he
Wouldn't
was on the
be- I wouldn't be
Patriots.
surprised
Let
if
Forget
him,
about
let,
the
him keep,
point.
let him keep falling.
That
dude.
might have been his brother.
Keep
But
falling.
that's my gut instinct.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's going to be the pick here in real life.
Be gone.
Yeah, I don't. No, I
They
don't.
can't all be gone
Yeah.
in the top
So,
5.
yeah, I don't know. I don't buy that. I mean, hey, great. Pittsburgh trade up for him.
I don't love the cornerbacks like Mansour
You wish.
Delane.
Yeah, I do.
The jersey
yeah,
be in the middle of the next
dude,
day.
dude, I would. Yeah, I would. I would order it right after it happened.
Custom.
I don't even care what number it is. I'd get number 0. That's the number he wore. Let's go. Sorry, go ahead.
Like I think that you could go. So Sonny Styles, which is where I'm leaning, even though I don't think the Saints would go here. You could go edge. Reuben Bain, I think, will go in the first round. We saw Jalen Carter get busted
Yeah.
for something just as serious, if not worse. Not saying it's right, but Jalen Carter was still a top 10 pick. And the Eagles won a Super Bowl, and Jalen Carter's been arguably one of the most dominant players.
I think he's gonna get like 35 a year when he gets paid.
Yeah.
So either by the Eagles or somebody else.
Cornerback, I think, is a huge need here. I don't love either of the top two corners.
You don't like Delane?
I don't think that he has the top end speed. I like the chippiness, but if I'm drafting a cornerback in the top 10, and you've seen how instant impact some of these rookie corners can be, I don't think Delane's that. McCoy, I think, is that from Tennessee, but he scares me because he does have the top end speed. He hasn't played football in a year. And then he hasn't really done much testing. He didn't do anything really at the combine. So he scares me too. If he would have played this year, even at an average level, we're going to go Sonny Styles. It's not necessarily a huge need. And I think that this is probably where the draft starts to differ from what may happen in real life. But in my personal opinion, I would have been fine taking Sonny Styles in the top 5. So picking him here at 8, why not?
Yeah, no, I think that's a pick. So, all right, Kansas City Chiefs on the clock at number 9. Obviously,
Ty Simpson.
yeah, of course.
I'm excited for you to do this one.
Yeah, so I think that there's, in my opinion, and I think I've said this on the pod multiple times, the Chiefs have had a need for a real X wide receiver since Tyreek Hill left. And obviously, you can make the argument that Tyreek Hill wasn't a prototypical X wide receiver, but what he did at an excellent level propelled him into that. Like, he didn't have the body of a natural X wide receiver. I do think that some type of receiving threat is the pick here. I think Mekhi Lemon is a little bit too much Rashee Rice as far as play style. For me to, and maybe you do that because Rashee Rice works in your system when he's actually there and not getting into legal trouble. I've said this on the pod before. If all of the top receivers in Kenyon Sadiq were still on the board, I would consider taking Kenyon Sadiq here and not the tight end out of Oregon. But the one that really entices me, the one that really makes me like,
did he just get a boner? What was that?
The one that really excites me as a prospect in this system is Jordan Tyson. And maybe it's a reach because of the injury concerns. I don't buy that he's going to fall into the 20s. Like, by this time the Steelers pick at 21, Jordan Tyson is not going to be there.
I think the AFC North is in love with him. I think Cleveland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh all have like a boner for this guy.
And every single time I hear somebody talk about Jordan Tyson, it's always, he is the most talented receiver in this draft.
It's just the injuries.
It's the injury concerns and it's the consistency concern. He's a great smooth route runner. He's got great hands. He is just like, he's what you want in a receiver. And outside of, I think this last year, he hasn't really had a ton of injury history, correct?
So there is quite an extensive history, but they're all freak. They're freak injured. Like, because somebody called in to play his toughness, and thankfully whoever was on the air with them kind of rebutted that with, well, is toughness really a broken collarbone? Like, it's been stuff that's actually serious. So here's my thing with injury-prone guys, picking a running back in the first round, any of that. Like, oh, what if his career's short? Out of these 32 guys, most of them are going to have a 5-year career, or at least 5 years of production. Miles Jack and Jalen Smith in 2016, 2 linebackers, they were top 10 talents, both fell to the second round. When you look at their NFL careers, they're not Hall of Famers, but you look at that production, they should have still gone in the first round. So I feel like injury prone is something that we get a little bit too worried about.
I agree.
Look for production.
So with this one, I do think that this is an interesting spot for like a trade up. Maybe.
Wait, so you're not going Jordan Tyson?
No, I am.
Okay, I was like,
let me get there. Let me lock it in. I do think this is an interesting spot for the Cowboys to trade up to try to get a Reuben Bain Jr. and Mansour Delane, because those guys could potentially go at picks 10 and 11. So I think this would be an interesting one. I think the Chiefs would be willing to fall back there, because I think you still get Tyson at pick 12 based on who picks after that. But for the sake of not having to go through the list and see who wants to trade up or whatever, I'm going to take Jordan Tyson here, and I'm going to lock it in. I love the idea of a quarterback that's as accurate and as mobile as Patrick Mahomes, having a guy who can catch outside the frame of his body and have a really wide catch radius, because he's never really had that.
Love the pick. If you would have went Carnell Tate at 5, I was going Tyson at 6.
Really?
So, I love Jordan Tyson as well. Like, I'm happy if the Browns got Tate, Tyson, or both. Sign me up. I don't think he'll make it to 24. But if the Browns like wanted to move up to try to get him, like that'd be great.
Yeah.
Also, his brother plays in for the Cavs, so
Oh, okay.
Really?
yeah,
Jordan Tyson's brother. does.
yeah.
I don't
Jordan
think I
Tyson's
know
brother
that.
plays for the Cavs, so
What's his brother's name?
something Tyson.
Tyson Chandler.
He's alright.
Yeah,
Oh.
Tyson Chandler.
Something I've also seen, I think it was the same clip that I just told you about with the injury history. He's been labeled by some experts, draft pundits, GMs, whoever these anonymous sources are, as the most polarizing player in the draft, just because some people probably think, like, yeah, he could go top 10. And then there are other people who won't touch him.
Yeah.
So he's interesting. I'm very outspoken that the Steelers should not even entertain a wide receiver in the first round.
But
If I had to pick one, it would be him though. So the Chiefs have their weapon, Rashee Rice, for some reason is going to play football this year, but you didn't touch on. I'm surprised. You're typically pretty outspoken.
Is he gonna play?
You saying that
Is
he's
he
going to
gonna
get
get
busted for
suspended,
something
dude?
else?
Dude cannot stop.
What was
committing
his
crimes.
last one? Was it a car or something?
So the car accident.
The
that
car
he
was
caused
the
a
bad
6-car pileup.
There's
That-
a
that's-
domestic dispute that's been
Yeah.
recent too.
Yeah.
Okay. I just get them all mixed up. So many.
There's so many.
Meanwhile, Martavis Bryant and Josh Gordon got suspended for entire seasons for weed. And this dude's committing
Yeah.
felonies
And
and still
meanwhile,
playing full season.
Meanwhile, Marcus Peters picked up a flag and threw it into the stands, and he got traded away the next week. So Chiefs are flip flopping.
Not that I'm a huge weed guy, but weed versus domestic abuse, I think there's one that's clearly well more
Laramie
severe.
Tunsil. People saying something about Ruben Bain Jr. falling the same as Laramie Tunsil. It's like, that's wild that there's a comparison there between the two.
Is that outlandish though? What I said, like I think what Jalen Carter did was worse, if not at least equally as
for
bad.
Baines? For
Yeah,
Bain?
as Bain.
That-
Like-
the thing is, Baines happened 2 years ago, and like the family came out too and said that like
They wished him no ill will in the
it's a
future.
thi-
It was an accident.
Sounds, yeah, it sounds like it's a thing where like it was an accident. I don't know all the details of it, but
And
like,
the teams knew about it. That's the
Yeah,
one
exactly.
thing. Like,
It's not like he was trying to hide it.
like,
yeah.
well, maybe hide it from the public, but it's not like the team when it came out last week or whenever it did.
Yeah.
All 32 teams already knew. It sounds like it was just the public's first time hearing.
And it's
about
like, if you've ever heard the kid talk, like, sometimes you can tell when somebody talks, you're like, okay, you're not a bad kid. Like, if you've ever heard Ruben Bain talk, like, I don't think Ruben Bain's a bad dude. Like,
it. Meanwhile, when Cooper talks, you're like thug.
meanwhile, when you hear Jalen Carter talk, you're like,
I
you might be a bad guy.
I
Like,
really, I
legitimately.
don't think Philly should pay him.
Yeah.
I think
Pay
that you
him.
Yeah.
trade him while his value
Bring him
is
to
high.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, that would
Anyway.
fit. That would fit.
Yeah, we fit. Anyway, Bengals are on the clock. Speaking of Ruben Bain, that's the
I
pick.
knew that was gonna
He's
be
my second.
That fits too.
He's my second
Ohio.
highest. He's my second highest pass rusher. I have Arvell Reese and then him. I think that he's just he's a tape. He's just that tape guy. He might not have all the measurables that you want, but like when you watch him play, like watching the Miami playoff games, number 4 jumped off the tape every single play.
Yeah.
Like I think he's exactly the type of guy that's going to go in, make plays for the Bengals right away. Shamar Stewart obviously like didn't have the best rookie year. Trey Hendrickson's gone. Get another guy. Have your 2 young first-round pass rushers for the future.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And the thing that I love the most about Ruben Bain is like his willingness to play anywhere on the D line. He wants to be on the field. And like you went out and you brought in, if I remember correctly, they brought in Boye Mafe, who is a true edge, and they have Shamar Stewart. So like you split reps with Stewart and Bain on the outside, and you push Bain to the inside when Stewart's there. Like I
And then-
love his versatility and the fact that he's
Yeah.
willing to play defensive interior.
And
He's
then
a big
former
dude.
first-round pick Miles Murphy's their third edge rusher.
Yeah, look at like that. Have that as a third edge rusher is not.
Do you know what the knock is on Bain before this? Short arms.
Yeah.
of course.
With that said, my comp,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
my
That's-
comp for him is Khalil Mack. I think that they have similar just power, lower leverage. I like the pick. And like I said, I think that he still goes at least semi early in the first round because teams knew about
Yeah,
this.
I think at the very least he's picked 12. I think that's his floor.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys take him at 12 if he's there and they don't have somebody else that they like a Caleb Downs or something. So
His arms don't look short to me.
Well, yeah, next to any of us, it's
they look like Will Levis. They look like Will Levis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Except it ain't Will Levis's arm. All right.
third leg.
Miami Dolphins on the clock. I think it's a pretty simple pick here. The Miami Dolphins have Tutu Atwell as their number 1 receiver right now.
Don't sleep on Jalen Tolbert.
Washington's their number 1 guy.
Who is it?
Washington? No, Park.
Malik Washington.
Malik
Like
Washington.
Washington.
Oh, is that?
But that's not like it's not that much of.
You're on the right
Okay.
track.
Yes.
All
You're
right.
on the right
All right,
track.
then.
They need a wide receiver
We'll
very
go-
badly. It's
all
the
right.
worst receiving room
Horrible.
in the NFL.
Horrible receiver room. Go with the best available here, whether it's Tate or Lemon. We're gonna go with Lemon here.
Tate's gone.
Tate's
But
Well,
Yeah,
I know.
Lemon's the top of the 3.
Tyson's
like,
also
the only
gone.
one involved there.
or yeah,
try.
Tyson's, Tyson's who I meant. Tyson's
Yeah.
who I meant. But yeah, we're gonna go Lemon here. Simple. They need a receiver.
I think that's like one of the most chalk picks I think of the draft. I think Mekhi Lemon to the Dolphins just seems like that's.
there's
where
one
they're gonna
coming
go.
up that I think is very chalk that me and Josie went over earlier. That
Mm-hmm.
the way it's shaping up, I don't know if that's what's going to happen. But no, Mekhi Lemon to Miami. I agree with Naples. Chalk pick. He's not my cup of tea per se, but
That's a Steelers guy. That's their kind of
I
receiver
hope
right
not.
there.
But no, I love Mekhi Lemon since like the middle of last college football season. I hope and pray that he falls to like 14 or 15, and then the Steelers trade up for him.
Yeah.
Like he won't make it to 21, but like
Yeah, let's trade up for a wide receiver 3 when we're a run first offense and we have 3 tight ends.
volume receiver.
Dude's so high on Michael
Volume
Pittman for
receiver.
what?
It's because he has to counteract his brother, who absolutely hates Michael Pittman.
Nobody hates Michael Pittman like Naples. Naples.
That's true.
Michael Pittman like did something to Naples growing up. There's
Dude, he just gets he's overhyped.
Michael
Pistons
Pittman and
Cheerios.
Naples had beef like Mike Vrabel and Travion Henderson had beef last year. When like, look at him, he's just like stewing right now thinking about
It's not
it.
good, man. It's
We'll
not
see.
a 1. Not a 1.
He's a
Really
great-
good too.
Great blocking wide receiver.
Really
Watch
good number
out-
2.
Watch out,
Yeah.
Browns.
What are the odds that Aaron Rodgers comes out and
Oh my
announces
gosh,
he's
okay.
coming back at the
No, he's
draft?
married. He's not going to come out
At the draft.
and announces that he's coming to Pittsburgh. Not at the draft.
No.
He'll
No.
do it.
And I don't want him to. We have enough. The Steelers aren't a poverty franchise like the Browns. We actually have franchise legends and icons.
He
where-
comes out and announces he's coming back on the first round. Like he announces the first round pick, and he comes out and he's like, "Oh, my wide receiver," or something like that. Yeah.
We got-
Lock it for me on my offensive
quarterback.
Big Ben's gonna do something. Kiesel will do something. Everybody's gonna do something. We don't need Aaron Rodgers to do something. The Cowboys are on the clock. Edge rusher here makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna go in that direction. The guy who I'd really pay attention to, either one, Dallas trades up in the top 10 with their second first rounder, or Keldrick Falk, the edge rusher. They really seem to like him. I do not like him. I'm not going in that direction,
Yeah, I don't
especially
think
at
that
this
high,
point.
yeah.
Especially at this point. I think it would be more at that 22. So they would go in another direction here. So who knows? Maybe the Dallas Cowboys with their second pick.
Who's your highest graded pass rusher left?
Probably Messenger for me.
Messenger,
Even though he's
yeah,
20 even though
yeah.
he's 25.
I
it's
also
kinda-
like that.
But once
I like
again,
Messenger.
going off to the old thing, Mesidor's probably it to answer your question, Naples. I like Cassius Howell. I don't love any of them after
Yeah.
those top 3. Mesidor though, there shouldn't be a knock on him because who cares if you're 25? Once again, these players are going to have 5-year careers. Like, so what?
Yeah.
At the end of his contract, he's 30 years old as a pass rusher. Myles Garrett just had his best season as a 30-year-old pass rusher. Like, once again, Mesidor's not Myles Garrett, but like these guys are going to have shorter careers. I don't care about injuries necessarily, as long as they can give me 3 to 5 seasons and they're productive. I'd rather do it that way. We're not going to go pass rusher here though. I think that safety is an insanely loaded position. I think that we could have 3 go in the top 15. I think once Downs goes, it's going to go like ridiculously fast. I think that there are 3 guys, 3 top 20 might be a better way because the Vikings pick after that 15. Dylan Thieneman runs a sub 4.4. That's ridiculous. You have Jalen Thompson, who's a good safety, and then you have Malik Hooker, who's getting older, Ohio State product. Dylan Thieneman is a difference maker, and as I've said every time I've had the chance to talk, I don't think that there are a lot of difference makers in this draft. Dallas goes ahead and grabs one right now out of Oregon.
Nice. All right, LA Rams on the clock.
You going with my chalk?
So here's the thing. I think if you rewind a month and you know that Mansour Delane and Jermod McCoy are both on the docket here. I don't know that you trade away a first round pick for Trent McDuffie.
Yes, you
So
do.
if you know that both of the top corners in this draft are still on the
McDuffie's
board,
a top 5 corner. Yeah.
Yeah, but McDuffie plays slot, dude. Like they could take one of those guys and still feel really good about having McDuffie.
yeah. And I think that the fact that you also brought in Jalen Watson is like,
And then Emmanuel Forbes was better last year too. He was
but
better. If he's
he
your
can't tackle.
cornerback 3,
You can never have too many corners.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking corner. That all
you're
Dom
taking Ty
said.
Simpson.
So their top need on
True Aller.
their top,
Carson Beck.
their top needs on
Taylon Green.
PFF are wide receiver, tackle, and off-ball linebacker.
Sawyer Robbins.
Too early for another off-ball linebacker here
Cole
because obviously
Payton.
Sonny Styles is gone. Yeah. Wide receiver is obviously a pretty popular pick here. I've seen Mekhi
Diego
Lemon a lot
Pavia.
here. I've
His
seen
mother.
Mekhi Lemon a lot here. Obviously Mekhi Lemon is gone. Another popular pick here is Omar Cooper Jr. That's the one that we were talking about as kind of a chalk pick
Yeah, he
to this team here.
Puka reincarnated.
I don't think Omar goes that high.
And I think that the fact that there's only one tackle gone here, and he's even kind of guard-ish, there's still a lot of really good tackles here.
Yeah, I
and
think
you
we're
don't,
about to see the
and you-
O-line run.
yeah, you don't have your second first-round pick anymore because you traded it away to the Chiefs for Trent McDuffie. A name that's been rising super fast recently is
Do not.
Monroe Freeling.
Okay.
Um,
Thought you were gonna go Sadiq. Go
Oh,
5 tight ends. deep.
Listen, I talked about this earlier. I love Sadiq personally. I texted you like midway through the college football season. I was like, "Is Sadiq tight end 1?" Like
And I was like, I
I'm-
don't know, probably not. And then we
Yeah.
looked at a mock draft. He's like top 15. We're like, oh.
Yeah, like I'm in love with Sadiq. I think Sadiq is going to make a difference wherever he goes, regardless of where he goes. I think that that's a pick to potentially happen at pick 9. I mentioned that earlier.
He ran a 4.39.
Yeah, and he is. Have you seen what he looks like?
He
looks like
I
Danielle
looked him up,
Hunter.
Yeah.
He's another
He
Kyle
look- he-
Pitts type.
He looks like Danielle Hunter, where he's like 1% body fat and he's like 235 or something like that, and he runs a 4.39. Like he is an absolute freak. And again, I think his floor is coming up at 15. Like the furthest he's going to fall. I think that it's a really common pick that he's going to the Buccaneers.
That'd be
I think Fano. I buy the arm length thing. I think he's more of a guard, so I'm going to take a bit of a reach, a project. No, I'm not. You know, I'm going Omar Cooper Jr. The reason I'm gonna listen. The reason I'm gonna do that is because you are in win now mode. You're looking to win a Super Bowl next year. Monroe Freeling is a better projection as far as what he can become. You need help on the O line, but if you're trying to win the Super Bowl this year, which you are, Omar Cooper Jr. adds more, especially if for some reason something happens with Puka where like he isn't able to be on the field for a little bit. You have Devontae Adams, Omar Cooper Jr. There's another kid there who actually looked pretty decent in a couple games last year. He had to play Humphrey, something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looked pretty decent.
Kanata Mumfrey.
Mumphrey, that sounds
He
right.
was
yeah.
a pit wide receiver.
He looked
yeah.
he looked decent in a couple games that he had to play in last year. And you have we mentioned this. You have 3 tight ends deep. If you need to split
4 tight ends deep.
Yeah. If you need to split who's their second round pick from last year? The tight end.
Ferguson.
If you need to split Terrence Ferguson out wide, guess what? You now have a 6'6" wide receiver on the outside who runs really smooth routes. Like I don't know. Yeah, so I like Omar Cooper Jr. here.
All right, you said a lot there. I'm going to respond to it while Naples thinks. Naples is on the clock with Baltimore. All right, first off, so like Jeremiah Love, I've released 2 mock drafts at this point. Jeremiah Love has been picked to the Cardinals in both of those. Omar Cooper Jr. has been picked to the Rams in both of those. I think very similar to Puka Nacua and what you want as a wide receiver in the McShanahan tree. Somebody who's tough, can get yak, not necessarily through speed, but just not being able to go to the ground, fight for every blade of grass. Kenyon Sadiq, you think that 15 is his floor after they paid K. Dodden? I don't know.
You lost Mike Evans, so like there's gonna be targets.
I'll get to my pick
You
here.
still
I'll
have-
get to my pick.
You still have Ibuka, you still have McMillan.
I'll get to my pick.
Okay, but you also don't know if Chris Godwin's gonna play another season after this one.
That's fine.
So you lose your top 2 wide receivers, and then all of a sudden your best
Is
weapon
he?
is Emeka Ibuka, who
You
is a
can-
good
Was
receiver.
Ibuka better than the
You
last
can
year?
line
I think
Sadiq
Ibuka.
up at wide receiver.
He
He could play receiver. You can just
Wow.
He
say
reminds me a lot of a young Travis Kelce in the sense that he could take a screen 75 yards to the house. Travis Kelce, there's a video of him taking a wide receiver screen 75 yards to the house. And that's exactly what you can do with
I
Kenyon.
think Baltimore and Sadiq would be the better fit here.
Well, let me get
again,
to my
okay,
pick.
alright.
Guess what? That means he goes before the end of 15.
I'm just saying, man. I thought 15 was an interesting place.
I think both of these next picks are very, very viable spots for
'Cause
Kenyon Sadiq.
I think one that's further down the line. It sounds like Naples might not let it happen. Carolina replacing your boy JT.
No,
Sanders.
JT's about to break out.
JT
Oh my
Sanders
gosh.
is going to be a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wide receiving tight end.
Yeah,
There
all
we
right,
go.
yeah.
Exactly. All right. The Ravens have one very clear need in its offensive line. As fun as it would to have Kenyon Sadiq go here at this pick, as fun as it would be to get one of these top corners here and just absolutely build on that defense, we're going to go Spencer Fano. I think he's the most polished offensive line ready to play right now. Of the guys left, if you need to put him at guard, you can put him there. If you need to put him on the outside, shoot. If you need to put him at center, like, you got holes on the O-line. Like, let's fill one of them. Let's get Lamar some protection.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I don't think Lamar is one of those quarterbacks that it's going to affect to have a 6'5" center. Like legitimately, I think he's going to be just fine. Because you have Rosengarten on the outside, and you have your franchise left tackle who's aging out at this point.
Andrew Voorhees is still there as a
But
guard.
Farley
You need-
is
you need
gone.
some
He
people.
started most of last year.
Yeah,
Like,
he
yeah,
sucked.
Yeah, and he
obviously
sucked anyway.
you let Tyler Linderbaum walk, so there's
So
definitely a need.
15, Tampa Bay's on the clock. Neither one of the top two corners, both have been mocked in the top 10 a lot. They're still available almost midway through the first round. I also think, and this is something that it's impossible not to do during mock drafts, nobody wants to pick an offensive lineman, so I applaud Naples for doing it there. Like I said, I think that a lot more offensive linemen are going to go. So we shall see. Cooper, you're on the clock with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So we've been talking a lot about Sadiq.
Don't do it.
Do it.
I think I'm going to do it.
I wanted him.
We're gonna see.
I didn't take him. I want him in Tampa.
Well, so Mike
Get an
Evans.
edge rusher. You haven't had an edge rusher since 2020. when they
Not
won
at
the Super Bowl.
15. Sadiq's better.
Shaq Barrett.
Mesidor.
Not at 15. Trade back up. Always trade up.
Don't let. Hey, just pick.
I
with
know.
your
I'm
heart.
going to
Pick
pick
with
who
your
I'm going to
heart.
want to pick. So we have Ibuka on the outside. Chris Godwin, we'll see how he's doing. Big injury last season.
Scott
I
just
think he
moved his
just, yeah, I think he
hands.
ripped one, yeah. Chris Godwin, who knows how he'll come back from the injury. I think he'll be okay after the injury, but Sadiq is going to be another receiver for them. I mean, he's super young. He just turned 21. Yeah, I think it's a really good pick for the Bucks here. So we are going to go with Kenyon Sadiq.
I think it makes a ton of sense. So, but I already stated my piece on that. So
He was just turned
yeah,
21.
he's a baby. And the thing I've heard about him recently that I didn't know is he's super smart. Like, he is extremely football intelligent and also super book smart, which you love. So
You know, the Browns brought Sadiq in for a top 30 visit.
yeah.
Browns,
I mean, he's not making it.
Browns
24.
trade up, gets Kenyon Sadiq.
What
What
if
if he makes it
20,
24?
24? Yeah, he's not making it to 24.
I think he could.
I
There's a world where he makes it there.
I
at the Browns
agree.
level.
I think that would be stupid for Cleveland once again, though.
I mean, you get Carnell Tate, you get Sadiq,
Harold
you run
Fannin.
Harold Fannin and Sadiq, 2 tight ends.
The offensive line is not going to be good, Naples.
Dude,
offensive
I'm
line is
very
terrible.
optimistic about the O line this year.
You're optimistic about every
That's
position group every year.
that's not true.
Jets.
Do you remember me after the draft last year and how I said we
Yeah,
were
and
already the worst
ironically,
offense?
that guy ended up being defensive rookie of the year.
I realize I have to Steelers.
But how many points did we score? How many games did we win? It made no difference.
Drafting Shador or Travis Hunter wouldn't have helped that, though.
People who score points would have helped the offense.
Neither one of them scored very many points
If Shador would have started the whole year, he would have scored more points than what we
than
had.
what he did. He didn't.
He would have
start
been a
the
double
whole year,
Pro
yeah.
Bowler.
He won us the most games of any starter.
I love listening to Mel Kiper be like, Pro Bowl quarterback.
Oh.
Shadur's in
Yes. Mel Kiper knows what he's talking about.
For my guys, still.
Here, I like Kenyon Sadiq, so I don't think this is going to happen. But here's my cautionary comparison. He is the tight end of Anthony Richardson.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Somebody who
Here
did
we
not.
go.
He did absolutely nothing
Make
in
the
college.
pick for the Jets.
He did absolutely nothing in college. But he looks
Who
awesome shirtless.
Who are you talking about?
Sadiq.
That's awesome. This is
He had like 600 yards, 8 touchdowns last season.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did he actually, show me. I don't know if that's
Show
true
me.
or not.
I don't know.
tell you.
I have
I don't
no
know. That might
idea.
be true.
He's a dog. He's very.
I like him.
And he's
with that
built-
said-
he's
Dog.
built for durability.
Dog.
You have to be at a. He's built for durability, dude. Like, he might never have a significant injury in his whole career. Knock on wood.
Number 1 blocker in the nation too.
Okay.
He's,
Yeah.
he's an absolute animal. Like,
Okay, sorry. He had 560 yards and 8 touchdowns
In his career or last year?
last year.
I just
That's
say,
a solid year.
I don't
The
know.
year before, he had like 300 yards and like 3 touchdowns or something.
I'm just fact checking
Okay.
you real quick.
Alright.
Just gotta make sure. You probably
and
are
it's
right.
Oregon, so like, you know.
Dog.
We know
Yeah,
how-
a team
know
that
how
passes
Lanning-
the ball a ton.
Yeah, but we know how Lanning is. So.
Yeah, an awesome coked out coach. That's exactly what I want out of my college coach.
Doesn't like tight ends.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. That's exactly what I was getting at, actually. Are the Jets picking, or are they only have 8
Come
minutes
on,
here?
we're
they
still-
only have like 3 minutes left, dude.
Yeah.
You better pass it.
So,
Bust on my AP every time.
oh my gosh. I hope everybody listens on
Simpson?
Spotify so they don't have to see that.
Simpson?
Ty
Nope.
Simpson?
Diego
Ty Simpson
Pavia.
sucked. Ty Simpson's not going in the first
Yeah,
round.
go. Do your QB1 here. If he's really QB1, put your money where your mouth is, Hayden. Put
So-
your money where your mouth is.
Come on, Dano.
So,
Hate the pick.
he's not my QB1. So,
Nothing.
huh?
Nothing. If he's
Nonsense.
QB1, take him in the first round, dude.
Well, I'm trying to make it somewhat. Yes, he's my QB1. Also, he would suck it with the Jets because that team's
Yes, it's the
terrible.
Jets.
Yeah. I saw the Jets like radio station saying that they should not pick the guy who's going to be most pro ready to help try and save Aaron Glenn's job. I agree with that. Looking here, I'm going to go cornerback just because I think that
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy that neither one of
Yeah.
the top 2 guys haven't gone yet.
That's a good pick.
You don't know which one I'm going to go.
I'm just saying, like, picking a corner.
Picking a
here is
corner in
good.
general.
I
Like,
think I know which one.
They should not be allowed to
Good
pick
one,
a
boy.
quarterback. The Jets.
I'm
Ever.
gonna go
Ever.
Delane. I think McCoy is way more talented, but Delane, I think, although it's a lower ceiling, it's a higher floor.
You want that interception this year, don't you? You want one pick
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
true. Delane's not known for speed or man to man, which is what I want in the
Ball
corner.
skills
But
are
ball
nuts,
skills are
dude.
ridiculous. That's a good point. Mansour Delane. If Thielman is still here, I think that he could also make sense. But because we know
Sure,
Aaron
it
Glenn
doesn't
loves
pretty-
his versatile
there's like
DBs
two
with
guys here.
Brian Branch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. You've had so much turnover in the last couple of years at O-line. The name I keep hearing about this one is the floor for Caden Proctor. If Caden Proctor is available here at 17, he's going here.
You
so I'm
think
gonna
that's
take-
the floor?
That's what.
Where are you getting these
No, I-
floors
I think
from?
Ca-
I've
No, I
watched
think
so
Caden-
many. I watched so many mock drafts this year. I promise
No,
you,
I don't
I've
think-
heard this so commonly that Caden Proctor, this is his floor.
I think
He is
there's a
going to
chance
the
he doesn't
Lions.
even go in the first round.
I think Caden
Flat out.
Proctor's floor is 24 to Cleveland.
Yeah. So I think I mean maybe
'Cause
they
that's who I
consider
wanted,
maybe
24.
they consider Monroe Freeling if he's still here, but it's like I think that Caden Proctor is the pick here. So
He's fun because he's gigantic and freakishly athletic.
And
With that said,
Sewell.
the tape's not great.
Dude, just
Yeah.
imagine
But
him and
Sewell-
DeJuan
But here's the
Jones.
thing. They're pushing Sewell to left tackle, from what I understand. If they
Yeah,
get
they are.
if they get a right tackle in here, like, and that's the thing. Guess what? Penny Sewell's now a top 3 left tackle. He was a top 3 right tackle. Now he's a top 3 left tackle. It doesn't matter with him. I'm so
Yeah.
sure of that
Yeah, no,
you take a right tackle and you don't even think twice about it.
You're falling in love with the potential I can see between Proctor and Sadiq here.
Hey, listen, man.
Listen, sometimes you gotta project.
Katie,
Yeah.
I forget who it was. Somebody. It was Field
Proctor's
Yates.
another guy I like,
Yeah.
but I think that we'll see.
Field Yates was saying something about like there's not many people on planet Earth that look like Caden Proctor and can do what Caden Proctor does at that position. He was taking snaps at quarterback in the red zone last year to run a QB power. Like
True.
he's an athlete and he weighs 340 pounds.
And he wasn't a great tackle.
Make him a great tackle.
He was solid.
It's fun having a 360-pound
Developmental
quarterback,
guy.
but are we
Who better
are we
to-
drafted him
Hey,
at
Who
17?
better to
listen.
turn this guy to punch in your mouth guy other than Dan Campbell? He's gonna bite a freaking kneecap off on the way back up.
We'll see. I think Monroe Freeling would have made more
I
sense.
don't know.
but-
I love it because he's a Dan Campbell guy to me. So,
Yeah.
You coach him up the way you need to. He already has all the athleticism and the power that he needs.
Yeah, I hope he makes it to 24 to Cleveland.
I've heard weight concerns with him, but again, Dan Campbell's
Yeah, he
gonna,
weighed 390 pounds last year.
Dan Campbell's going to steal all his,
Holy.
Dan Campbell's going to steal all his food. Dan
He's down to
Campbell's-
360.
Dan Campbell is the
Oh,
hardest
well,
man.
okay.
He's down to 360. there.
Hey,
Good.
who's moving him?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's-
Like,
His job is to move people.
I
Nah,
love
just
it.
don't get moved.
Yeah, I love it.
Anyway.
He's not a nose guard.
That's
Vikings.
one of my favorite picks.
Vikings on the clock. I've seen Thieneman in mock drafts to him like almost every time.
E-man?
If Thieneman,
Did I say E-man? There you go.
no. But since he's not there and Jermod McCoy is here, taking someone in the secondary makes a lot of sense. It is a need for the Vikings, so we're gonna take Jermod McCoy.
Love the pick
I like
for
it.
for I'm blanking on his name.
Brian Flores,
Yes,
defense.
Thank you. Brian Flores. Yep. Versatile.
Like I said, talent-wise, he's a guy who, talent-wise, is probably a top 8 player in the draft. I just hasn't played, but value here, no question. Manuel McNeil Warren is that third safety that I was talking about. I think that he would also make sense. Cooper, you're on the clock with the Carolina Panthers.
Taking a line.
Yes, I am. And I'm thinking about tackle here for the Panthers just to give Bryce Young his best shot.
Pick the Penn State guard just to frick with Josie.
No, I don't want to. Just
They wouldn't go
I
there.
want to give
Their
Bryce Young
interior's
his
so
best shot.
overpaid already, dude. You said that last year. Sorry, go ahead.
Now he's got his receivers.
I agree.
Kinda.
I agree.
Probably has his receivers.
Jalen Coker
Came on
is
last
a
year
good,
so
yeah.
hard.
Ted,
Ted,
Offensive
was great
rookie
of
last
the
year.
year.
JT
And
Sanders.
that's the thing.
We'll see.
People keep knocking the Xavier Leggett thing. If he's your wide receiver 3, you're in good shape. Like, yes, he got some drop issues. He's wide receiver 3 right now.
Yeah,
And you
he's
got
a
JT Sanders.
red zone guy.
JT Sanders.
So we need to protect Bryce Young. We're gonna go tackle. We're gonna go Monroe Freeling.
Mhm.
I think he's best available here, and I think that's what they're really gonna try and do. Just get the best available tackle here with pick 19.
Yeah. He was a guy like a month ago. Nobody was even talking about his first round pick. And
His
so
his
he's one of the guys
NFL
who
comparison
shot
is
up.
Broderick Jones.
which actually, funny enough, they both went to Georgia, and they were both left tackles.
Oh
So,
boy.
right? Freeland was their left tackle, right?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Thank you.
Runner Freeland was left tackle for
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's got super long arms. He's athletic, so he's a project. But he'd be good.
All right, Dallas. Who did Dallas pick with the first one?
They drafted Dylan Feeman.
Okay.
So Emmanuel McNeil Warren's still on the board here, so maybe that was a little bit of a miss. I should have gone with an edge rusher there. Akeem Mesidor's staring at me in the face. It's going to be hard to not do that. Once again, I've heard a lot of stuff about Keldrick Falk going here. Not going to go Falk because I don't want to. I think wide receiver's also at play here. Denzel Boston's probably the next best guy. With that said, I don't think wide receiver is the play here unless one of the guys that have already been taken in our mock is still there. Then I think Dallas might do that to put some pressure on Pickens. I think Falk would probably be the real life pick here. With that said, I'm going to go Akeem Mesidor. Maybe they reach for a cornerback, like a Terrell, an Avian Terrell. But Colton Hood, one of those guys. But we're going to go Mesidor. Pittsburgh's on the clock.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Olave Avenga-Wane, and that's all I really need to say.
Who would you have gone if he wasn't there right now?
So I was actually thinking about that as you were talking, like he's gonna do it, even though the Cowboys don't need it. He's
Yeah.
gonna take him here. Like, I do think Emmanuel McNeil Warren is an interesting pick for Pittsburgh, just because they're kind of getting a little bit older in the secondary.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hype a month or two ago, whenever the season ended, about Avion Terrell potentially to Pittsburgh. I like the idea of getting a tackle, so maybe like a Blake Miller, because like again, you don't know what's going to happen with Broderick Jones. But I mean, the fact that you're getting debatably the best overall offensive lineman in this entire draft is like, I mean, it's wild that you're getting him at 21. I get that the positional value of a guard is lower than a tackle, but it's like, I mean,
At 21, though, I don't.
that's like
yeah.
and I think I heard this today on the mock draft that I watched. The Field Yates and Mel Kiper is like, everybody describes Awane as like a fortress, is the way that they describe him. It's like, what better way to describe not only a guard in the NFL, but a guard in the AFC North
Yeah.
as a fortress. Like, I
Yeah.
love it. I love the pick. If it falls out this way, I don't think you even sniff the wide receivers and see who's left. I think you take Ioane right away.
Speaking of AFC North, I think Baltimore becomes a player for him at 16
100%.
too.
Yep.
A lot of people are kind of sliding him right here in those early 20s, either with the Steelers or the Chargers specifically. I would not be surprised if he goes a little bit earlier on Thursday night. Cornerbacks wise, do you guys want to do like a best players available kind of thing?
You want us to read the best players available?
Well, let me make my next pick first.
Okay, all right.
So, Chargers are on the clock. Obviously, they had some O-line trouble last year. I think that was more due to injuries than, like, lack of talent or, like, depth there. It really just, like, everyone was hurt. So, like, what are you going to do? You don't plan for everyone being hurt. You plan for your starters to be there. That being said, I've got a guy who I think is a first-round pick. I think he's climbing. Maybe not on everybody's radar. Chris Johnson, cornerback from San Diego State. I think he's the next best available corner. That dude flies on tape, and I think that he's going to add a lot of help to that back end. They don't really have much there. I mean, they have Dante Jackson. That's about it.
Yeah.
They have Derwin James. He plays mostly in the box. but,
Tarheeb
like,
Still and Cam Hart are the
yeah,
other
like
corners.
they need corner help bad. I think getting a guy in the first round here is going to help them a lot.
Well, Naples, I'm glad you actually did that because looking at the cornerbacks, that's why I wanted to do a best players available. I thought that there were 3 other corners who could go in the first round from here. Chris Johnson was one of them. The other 2, Colton Hood and Avian Terrell.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I like it. I think it's a good pick.
Let me make my pick before we do best available.
We can just
Yeah.
Naples got to what I wanted to touch on, so
Okay,
you're
perfect.
good now. Yeah.
I know we were on the same page. That's why I said let me make my next pick.
So the Eagles, as we know, aging offensive line, especially with Lane Johnson. I think they are going to go tackle here, and kind of the same thing with the Panthers, best available. I've seen Proctor getting mocked a lot of the times falling to the Eagles here, but obviously he did not fall. So I think they are going to go best available with Blake Miller as he might sit behind Lane Johnson for a year until he retires, but I think they're going to go tackle.
Dude's gonna take a troll pick.
Who? Oh, him. Yeah.
No, I won't.
Do it.
Uh,
CJ Allen,
Carson
linebacker.
back.
So
Carson.
I like the pick, Cooper. Max Ioannidis, I don't know how to say his name. The Arizona State tackle. I think I had him mocked there in my second one. Emmanuel McNeil Warren would also be intriguing. I think that he is a top 20 player. All right, Naples, shut up. Just let me.
Keldrick Falk. They need edge help because they're aged out defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
Is that the end of his career?
so right. I mean, can never have too many pass rushers.
That's what they
man.
said.
Naples, you went Carnell Tate with the first one, right?
Yep.
All right.
Hey, stay in Ohio for both your picks. Take E-Man. No?
That's
Oh,
what we
wow.
do, guy?
I'm doing what I actually think would be best, and I think
Avian Terrell.
they
I
need
can't
something
remember who
now.
they picked. Okay.
I think the
Tate.
Browns would go corner
Okay.
here if Terrell was there.
that offensive line I think is dog crap.
I think they need to go O-line too.
I'm going.
That's horrible.
I'm going.
There's 4
Caleb
people.
Lomu is tempting. I think Max Ioannidis is like a true tackle.
Who?
The Arizona State
Oh,
tackle.
the Arizona State guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ian Nacho or whatever.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Ian. Remember Ian Nacho, that DB? What was his name?
I don't know.
Something Max Ian Nacho. No, it wasn't Max. Keep talking.
No, he
Yeah.
would have been my pick with Philly. It would have been either him or McNeil Warren. So the run on offensive lineman continues. Got to
I haven't seen that
protect.
dude-
Got
I
to
haven't seen
protect
that
whether
dude
it's
mocked
Shador
in
or
the first
somebody.
round at all.
Who knows?
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen it a
Dookie
few
Ianacho.
times.
Remember Dookie Ianacho?
Oh yeah, he was like
he
a
was a DB.
Detroit and Denver.
He was a safety. His nameplate on his Wikipedia is the Redskins. Denver Redskins Giants.
Okay, 1 out of 3. Ain't bad.
He was a lesser known, but like he
He was a special teamer. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you did go with Ianacho?
Yeah.
Henichor or whatever you say it. All right, so I was hoping this player would fall to this pick. I think he, which obviously he did. I think a pretty common pick here early on was like off-ball linebacker. I'm not going to go C.J. Allen personally. I think it'd be interesting to go Emmanuel McNeil Warren, but I think there's a pretty obvious pick here. Your interior defensive line was one of the worst in all of football last year. You were 25th against the run, who is the best run-stopping interior D lineman in this draft? It's Caden McDonald out of Ohio State.
That's a great pick.
Yeah,
I was
I love
hoping,
it.
I was doing the math. I was like, okay, I'm going to have the Texans. I would like that as a
Yeah.
fit. Because I don't love the defensive line in this
No.
draft either.
Yeah.
I think him and Caleb Banks are the only two
Yeah.
who could be first rounders. And
I think
he's
Peter
the-
Woods could sneak in.
yeah,
He
he
was
could.
a top 12 pick. Like,
Out of
during
those-
the
He
college
was.
football
Out of
season.
those three, McDonald's the only one who I would want, though.
Yeah.
I could see those three guys coming in. That's a great pick.
And
Peter
McDonald's
Woods
is-
was mocked to the Bengals a ton.
Yeah. McDonald's a day one starter. Like, you literally take him in, you plug him in immediately. He immediately makes your run stopping game better. And I think it's the if
Agreed.
you stick and pick at 25, which I think they will. I think that's your best bang for your buck there, if he's even still there.
Y'all are sleeping on McNeil Warren, I'm telling you.
No, and speaking of McNeil Warren,
Oh.
Bills are on the clock. I've got 3 guys in mind.
Hmm.
We've got McNeil Warren,
Hmm.
Terrell,
What?
and Denzel Boston.
I was going to say, you got to be a receiver in there.
I think that, they did bring in DJ Moore. They traded for him, but I think that room still needs a lot of help. It's like, really, like, where do you want to go? The defense in the playoffs has been terrible. Like, every year, that's the reason they lose in games is really the defense. There's been maybe a couple games over the last 5 years where Josh Allen, it was his fault, but, like, most times he puts them in a spot to win. Do you want to get him another weapon to just, like, really help him out more? Or do you want to reinforce that secondary? It's a tough decision. I think we'll go Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think getting someone on the back end, because I think that the receiver depth in round 2, there's a few guys there that you might like to pair with DJ Moore and Keon Coleman.
And the nice thing about DJ Moore getting there is I think he pulls defenders to the outside of the field a little bit more than maybe guys had in the past. So that opens the middle of your field for your tight ends,
Yeah.
who you
And for
should be
Shakir.
using more. Like,
Shakir,
yeah, absolutely. And, like, you should be using
Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid a heck of a lot more than you are now. I just think that teams are shading coverage to him. So
Yeah.
hopefully DJ Moore steals some of that and open us with the middle of your field for your tight
There's
ends.
still some free agent wide receivers. I'll buy you sometime, Cooper.
Odell.
Oh, I don't need it.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, Debo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, who had 1,000 yards last year.
Diggs.
Like,
Back in
there are
Buffalo.
tons of guys. Like, the reason I thought of that is because Brandon Cooks, he is no longer a full-time starter, but he was Buffalo's best receiver down the stretch last season. Cooper, you're good?
I'm good, yes.
The Niners are on the clock.
Niners are on the clock, and one of their biggest needs is O-line. I don't think a guard makes sense here for them. I think they are going to go tackle, and I'm looking at Caleb Lomu, and a lot of people are saying that he isn't necessarily draft ready, that he is going to need some time to work. But I also don't think the 49ers have time to develop him. Trent Williams still being there. He's going to be a huge help for any rookie tackle that they bring in. So I think Lomu is a good fit for the Shanahan offense.
Good job, Cooper.
Thank you.
Good pick. All right. I got to regroup here because,
He's using AI on Google. Cooper is.
oh, yeah.
What is Caleb Lomu's draft prognosis?
So, offensive line, it's much improved. Ursary is a second-year tackle. You bring in Wyatt Teller. You bring in Braden Smith.
Traded away Kenyon Green.
Yeah, it's still not a great offensive line. Trent Brown is still there also, who's going to compete for time. At the very least, be a swing tackle. So, the offensive line, I would have gone there if Blake Miller's still there. If Ian Knockshore, that's going to become a new thing on the podcast. If one of them were available, I'd go there. If Caden McDonald was there, I would go there. The safety rooms is really good. Like, you bring in Reed Blankenship, Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter and Jalen Petrie were all pros last year. Kalen Bullock played at a high level. I want to go defense and just make the strength even stronger. I've been outspoken. I thought the Texans were the best defensive unit in the NFL last year.
I agree. I mean, it's either between them and the Broncos, but I think the Texans were for sure better.
Seattle and New England are up there. But Houston, like, that was a historic defense to me. This is the perfect trade down spot when you look at it.
Thanks.
I actually have to buy time here. I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Take a corner.
honestly,
More strengths.
honestly, and I'm not going to go in this direction. Jadarian Price has gotten mocked in some of the first rounds late. David Montgomery is a very good running back, but maybe you go younger. I don't like that necessarily. We're gonna stick with the offensive line. There's only one other offensive lineman that I have a first round grade on, and it's Chase Basantis, the guard from A&M. So we're gonna go in that direction. Wyatt Teller's older. When in doubt, O-line, D-line, and as I've already said, I don't love the D-line. Could go Caleb Banks there, but we're gonna go Basantis because there's not a weakness on the defense.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you could say defensive interior, but so many of them have gone already.
which once again, Caden
Yeah,
McDonald's the only one there where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
in love with.
My
All right,
last
my second time picking for Kansas City, and my
I
last
picked choice
pick,
for the Cowboys too,
Right,
so
yeah.
yeah.
and my last pick of this draft. So I mean, obviously you need some serious corner help because you let Jalen Watson walk, and then you traded Trent McDuffie for this pick specifically. So it kind of makes sense. A lot of teams do that, where the pick that they get for a player, they will replace that player with that pick. That being said, I think there's only really two guys, we kind of already mentioned them, that are really first round graded guys. You got Colton Hill and you got Avion Terrell. I know we talk a lot, I feel like, in this pod about like 40 times 4 corners, like we like the sub
That's
4
on me.
4 guys. Yeah, I know. And looking at their I didn't realize this at first. So Avion Terrell did not run a 40 I don't think he was at the combine, but his recorded 40-yard dash is a 4.67.
Really?
Oh,
I would've-
4.67.
I would have
thought so,
assumed
too,
he was sub 4.4.
because he's only 5'11", 186. So like I assumed he's a little
Interesting.
short, but he's faster. Whereas Colton Hood ran a 4.44. So again, neither
4.67
one really-
to me is like undraftable as a cornerback.
Again, maybe it's an incorrect. It's Wikipedia, so maybe
Yeah.
it's like a somewhat. But
I'm
the
getting
4.6,
something
the
here.
4.67 scares me. I'm not like
Yeah, that's like bad.
that's like Puka Nakua running the 40-yard dash in the combine bad. Like it's like the
Puka
4.6
probably would have been better, honestly.
maybe. Yeah.
4.6.
Devontae ran a bad 40
Oh,
coming
Yeah, I
back.
have it right here.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What?
So
No,
this
keep
is
reading though.
AI,
Oh gosh.
but it says at Clemson's pro day 4.37 to 4.39.
Oh, I'm getting a different one. I have a different.
This is AI for you.
Mine is too. All right, so Avion Terrell's 40-yard dash times have been inconsistent in 2026 pre-draft reporting, with top-end estimates around 4.35 to 4.4, and a reported slower pro day time of 4.64 seconds.
How do you mess it up that bad?
I don't know.
Stumble.
Well, no, like, but like,
Like
if you're like, oh, somebody's like a 4.35 to a 4.42, like, okay, like, no, he's a sub 4.4. He's almost running a 4.7. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, reading this too, like about, I'm going to go Colton Hood here.
Yeah, I
It
think
is-
Hood's
yeah.
the better player anyway.
In his
But
first
that's
game
fine.
at Tennessee, he had 4 tackles, 3 PBUs, a return fumble, 22 yards for a touchdown against Syracuse. Sorry to throw Syracuse under the bus there for you, Hayden.
Sorry, dude, they were terrible. This
But
year.
I do think Colton Hood of the two is the way I'm leaning, not only because of the 40 time, because again, even if it's somewhere in between there, it's still not great. Even if it's somewhere between 4.4 and 4.67, 4.44 is better than what the fofo. Like what was that? Was that Wendy's? The
Oh, yeah.
fofo.
the biggie bag.
So yeah, Colton Hood, you replace the position that you traded away with the pick that you got for it.
Yeah, like it. With the Dolphins, I'm torn
Did you
because
pick the Dolphins first pick too?
no, he took Lemon.
That's okay.
But Naples seconded.
Yeah.
That's what you're.
They need everything. So just trying to think about guys who can be there long term, be productive, be starters. I don't think you can really go wrong with a couple of these guys. No, I'm not doubling down.
Hasty conception.
I'm not doubling down on receiver. It just wouldn't make sense. They don't have someone who can actually throw them the ball. Like
Malik Willis.
I thought you liked Malik
I do like
Willis because
Malik
he
Willis,
was the
but-
backup to Jordan Love.
He just hated Jordan
No,
Love so much.
Malik Willis is just better than Jordan Love. He just
Okay.
doesn't mean he's like.
That means he's top 12.
Doesn't mean he's. That's not true. Your opinion. Anyway, C.J. Allen's the best available linebacker there. He's kind of taken a bit of a fall, and I think he might keep falling because there's a guy that I like at linebacker just a little bit more.
He's gonna
And
go
there's
Rodriguez.
this guy, Jacob
He's a
Rodriguez
little bit of a homie.
from Texas A&M. Jacob Rodriguez is just one of those guys that I think is just going to be a 10-year starter. Get you, like, if he's your number one, like, he can get you 100-plus tackles a year. If he's playing second, he can get you 80. Like, they don't have Kyle Van Noy there anymore. They need everything, like I said. I think he's someone that can just be there long-term, be a contributor.
This year's linebacker class is weird. So you have Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. Arvell Reese, we almost definitely know is going to move to edge. I still think that there's a chance Sonny Styles moves to edge, which I don't want to happen. You have Jacob Rodriguez, who's the cult hero. Everybody loves him. His girlfriend's the fighter pilot in the Air Force or whatever. He has the mustache. He had all the playmaking ability at Texas Tech. CJ Allen, you mentioned. And then there are 3 other guys who are all kind of interesting, and I don't really know who's the next guy off. I think it could be Allen. I think it could be Rodriguez. Josiah Trotter is Jeremiah Trotter, Sr. and Jr.'s son and brother. Jake Goldday, I believe, had like an insane workout at Cincinnati, so he's an athletic freak. Kyle Lewis out of Pitt is a little bit more of that hybrid player. Me and Josie have talked about him. And then I think Anthony Hill arguably is also the second linebacker.
He's a very athletic.
Yeah,
Anthony
so
Hill type guy.
this linebacker class, it's truly anybody's guess. If I'm the Steelers, I would definitely throw a flyer out on one of them
Yeah, a
because
couple of them.
you need a linebacker bad. Don't you remember when the Steelers used to have elite linebackers?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, Ryan Shazier.
Who are the Patriots taking, Coop?
Well, I will let you know here. So
We
on,
just bought you time. You should know.
well, I know.
He's about to let us know.
So on PFF, New England isn't listed as one of their needs. Is on PFF, wide receiver is not listed as one of their needs. I would argue it is one of their needs.
I would say this.
I think people still think that they're trading for AJ Brown, which would make this
Yeah,
pick
I
the
think
Eagles.
they are.
But I mean, this pick will likely be
Yeah.
the Eagles. But I mean, it's right now it's the Patriots.
So we'll see if they do trade for AJ Brown. Obviously, they won't go receiver.
AJ Brown's an Eagle.
But Denzel Boston, I'm gonna go him with the
Mhm.
Patriots.
I like
He caught 900 yards last year.
900 passes.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like.
Caught 900 balls.
He had 900 yards, 11 touchdowns. So I mean,
Only
he
1,000 yards, though.
was efficient.
Screen
And I think it'll just be another weapon for Drake May. Let me cook.
So yeah, I like Denzel Boston. Now final pick. I think that Seattle is in an interesting spot. I don't think that Jadarian Price is going to be the pick here. I'm not as high on him as other people. I think wide receiver would have made sense. If Denzel Boston's still there, you keep him in the Washington State. Zachariah Branch is a
Yeah,
guy who
I
I
like
think could
Zachariah Branch.
sneak into the first round. I think
Jeremy Bernard is a name that's been rising recently.
Yeah.
I don't like that one as much.
I'm just saying it's been rising. I don't
Hey,
know
he
that I like it
outperformed
either.
Brian Williams last year.
Ah.
Watch the games.
I think Zachariah Branch is night and day a better prospect than Xavier Worthy was. With that said, I think that Rashid Shaheed kind of fits that role. You still have Cooper Kupp as a role player, and then you have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL with JSN. So we're not going to go in that direction. The offensive line is good, not great, but as I said with the Texans, I don't love the offensive line on the board here. Edge rusher stands out because there are tons of guys available. Avian Terrell stands out as a guy who could replace Reek Woolen.
Didn't he go to the Eagles?
He did.
He did, yeah. He might be playing safety at this point.
The rich get richer, man.
Like,
And they just what do they? Just
who are the
trade for
Seahawks
Dontavian
linebackers
Brooks?
right now?
Like Jordan Brooks is gone.
Long gone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 3 years.
Like,
I don't know.
Jordan Brooks, I think, is in Miami.
He is, yeah. He's their best defensive player.
he's their only
By a long
defense- he's
shot.
their-
Long shot. What'd you say?
he's their only defensive player.
So,
He,
yeah.
he might have been their second best player last season.
Outside of
Aaron Brewer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Seahawks linebacker, their defensive line's good because you have Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, and Jaron Reed. So they're kind of loaded
Get
actually.
another guy in there.
That's right, Ernest Jones.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you needed somebody else. If a safety somehow fell here, that would be the pick. Josh Jobe has been better. I think you have to go cornerback and you have to go AJ Terrell here. Tempted to go linebacker, but
Avion Terrell, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't even know what linebacker that would be going back to Naples. So Terrell's the pick here. Something tells me he's going to become a recurring guest on the podcast between us not knowing if he runs a 4.37 or a 4.64. Did you guys see PFF is grading our draft?
I did.
Can't wait to see this.
I don't see my grade though.
Yeah, it says stay in your seat. It's still grading. We broke it.
What are some guys' names that you guys think go early second? I've heard a lot of clamor around like trading up early second for teams.
I think Jadarian Price goes
Jadarian
in the
Price?
second.
I think he goes in the first 5 picks of the second.
I think Casey Concepcion can go there. I think there's a lot of teams like the Titans, if they don't go receiver, could go someone like that.
There's
I
a
like
name-
Eli Stowers, the Vanderbilt tight end.
Yeah.
For a long time, he was a first-round pick, similar to the
I thought he played
Clemson.
at Georgia.
He might have transferred this past year. For
the-
the past couple seasons, he was for sure Diego Pavia's number one
okay.
weapon. So I could see that going. Another two guys who were first-round prospects and top 10 picks coming into this season, Peter Woods and T.J. Parker.
Yeah.
T.J. Parker had like the third best odds behind Arch Manning and somebody else to go first overall at one point. So I could see those guys.
Keldrick Fall.
Keldrick
Where did he
Fall.
go?
Name
Which-
that I love right now, Jennings Dunker,
Jennings
the tackle
Donker.
guard out of Iowa.
Okay.
Dude, he's got a ginger mullet with like a mustache, and like he looks like
What's
kind
his
of
name?
Dog.
Jennings Dunker. You gotta look him up. First of all, he's
I think I know
he's a
who you're
beefcake, like not fat, just like big. But it reminds me of the. You remember?
Yeah.
Was it Quinn
Yeah.
Manierez who had the crop
yeah.
top thing where like he rose because he had like the mullet and the like
You want to know
people are
something
starting to take
crazy?
notice of this guy.
The Steelers drafted Kendrick Green over Quinn Manierez.
Yeah, I know. I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iowa,
Andy's number 67, of course.
that
He's a freaking animal.
Wetchen, the white gadget player,
Mm.
he's intriguing because the Steelers need a return man. The Steelers haven't had a return man since Antonio Brown.
Hopefully, Caleb Johnson will get back to it this year.
Okay, Drew Archer.
We don't need
Juju.
we don't need a running back who runs a 4.6.
Juju
Back.
took a couple of the house. Juju took a
He
couple
did.
of the
Yeah,
house.
he had one against your Brownies.
In the final week of the season,
Yeah.
when none of the stars were playing, and we still beat RG3. I believe it was RG3 that year. So
Was that their 0-16 year?
1 and
with,
15? It was their 1 and 15.
No. It was 0-16, wasn't
Was
it? Was that
Well,
the
they
Corey
went
Coleman
back to
drop?
back, so we went 1 and
Yeah.
31 in
I
2 years.
But so the 0-16 year was the Corey Coleman drop.
Yes.
Because Landry Jones started that game, and the Browns were. It couldn't have been. That was Deshaun Kaiser started wire to wire.
Deshaun
for
Kaiser
0-16.
started
Yeah.
the entire 0
Yeah.
and
No, it was
16
because,
year
do you remember the team that lost to the Browns in that 1 and 15
The
season?
Chargers.
It was the Chargers
on Christmas.
and they had all their starters there. It's not like they were.
Yeah, I
injured.
remember. And then Hugh Jackson jumped in Lake Erie
Didn't they open the Bud Light?
Yeah, they opened the
Bud
yeah,
Light
the beer
fridge?
coolers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
because we won our first game in 2017. We went 0 and 16 in 2016,
Mhm.
and then 17 was Miles' first year. We went 1 and 7 or 1 and 15, and then 2018 we drafted Baker.
Before we
he
run
should still be
through
back.
all the picks, just because we're not as high on the quarterback class, do we actually think only one quarterback goes in the first round?
I think it's possible.
I do too.
I think that realistically, and I saw that I mentioned this to you before we started the pod. Is like I saw why am I blanking on his name? Mel Kiper. In Mel Kiper's mock that he had today, his final mock that he put out, he had the Cardinals trading up at the end of the first round to take Ty Simpson so that the Jets wouldn't take him with the second
Yeah,
pick in the
and
second
like
round.
that, I think that makes a lot of sense because like if you don't have to give up much and you get into like the late 20s or 30s and you get that extra, you get that 5th year contract for a quarterback, like you're gonna want to do that because if he hits, like you get to have that extra year.
The option for a quarterback's like $53 million at this point.
No, I mean just having like that extra
Isn't
year
it?
to have
'Cause
him under contract.
It's like the tag, isn't it? Like a combination
5th year
of
option.
top-
It's that, but also it takes into effect your performance. So Pro Bowls
Yeah,
comes into
okay.
play too. Because Trent McDuffie's 5th year option is cheaper than it should be compared to another cornerback. To Derek Stingley, what Derek Stingley's would have been.
Do we want to read through the picks we made?
Yep.
All right, so I took Fernando Mendoza 101 to the Raiders. Surprise at the draft.
Yep. Arvell Reese to the Jets.
Cooper drafted Jeremiah
Thank you.
Love to the
Thank you.
Cardinals. I drafted David Bailey to the Titans.
I took CeCe Mauino to the Giants.
Carnell Tate to Cleveland. This is my hopeful draft pick for the Browns, and if not Tate, then I hope we get Tyson.
Hey, 3 Ohio State Buckeyes in a row. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
when we took them. 4 in the top 8. That's
Caleb
wild.
Downs to the Commanders, the ball hawk.
Sonny Styles
Sonny
to the Saints.
Styles.
Hopefully he stays at off-ball linebacker.
Sonny Styles, I think, would be great in Dallas,
Yeah.
wearing the star.
They love him apparently. I'm gonna take the polarizing Jordan Tyson to the Chiefs at 9.
Yep, Reuben Bain went number 10 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Makai Lemon to that horrible wide receiver room to the Dolphins.
Dylan Thieneman to Dallas.
Omar Cooper Jr., the toe tap specialist against the Penn State Nittany Lions, to the Rams at 13.
Spencer Fano to the Ravens.
The freshly 21-year-old Sadiq.
Fresh.
3 years too old for you, Cooper.
Man.
Mansour Delane to the Jets. Maybe they can get an interception.
Caden Proctor to the Lions, tackle out of Alabama.
Jermod McCoy, cornerback to the Minnesota Vikings.
Monroe Freeling to the Panthers.
Mesidor to the Cowboys.
Olava Vengawane, the guard out of Penn State, to Pittsburgh Steelers.
Josie has been practicing that name in the mirror every single
You're gonna
morning.
listen.
He's gonna be so mad when the Steelers don't get him and he goes to
even get his-
Baltimore.
People even get his nickname wrong. They say Vega, and his name is Venga.
He goes
Pronounce
one
it
pick
Venga.
ahead to Dallas.
How do you say it? How do you say it one more time?
Olava Venga.
He's going to
Olava
the
Venga
Ravens.